This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. So today I want to talk about something that I've been working on for a long time. I've been wanting to make a tier list for Battlerite for a few months now. I made a few preliminary tier lists, and my original plan was to just have a straight up tier list like you might see on 10 Ton Hammer, only not a load of crap. To cut a long story short, I was finalising a tier list and it kind of dawned on me. At the time, yes, there were outliers who could be put slightly above or below the pack. Specifically Esmo pre-feedback nerf and Xander, with some champions like Raigon falling slightly behind. But you know what? Most of the champions fell somewhere in the middle, and whether they're strong or not depends mostly just on the comp you play with them and what you're against. So for solo queue, you could just play the odds and play something that doesn't have too many hard counters or works with a wide variety of comps. And that would make sense as a tier list. You'd have champs like Jade near the top because she's relatively self-sufficient and doesn't get too badly countered by anything the enemy can throw at you. And if you just want to make a tier list so new players can learn the current meta champions, that would be great. But then I got to thinking, there are two problems with that method. First off, SLS are quite fast at balancing stuff. Xander is still a no-brainer pick right now for support in 3v3s, but I can guarantee that won't be the case for too much longer. So tier lists like that become outdated pretty fast. Secondly, I thought, what's the point of a tier list? If it's for analysing pro play, like Captain Planet used to do for Overwatch, that's fine. In that case, you're just looking at the frequency of picks in tournaments, but that doesn't really tell the average player what champion they might want to learn. And that's the point. People use tier lists to decide which champion they want to learn next. And a flat tier list only gives you a list of what's slightly OP right now. It doesn't tell you whether or not it would fit your playstyle. And as we know in Battlerite, a lot of characters can work, so if it fits your playstyle, that's more important than it just being meta. So here's the solution I've come up with. I'm teaming up with the guys from Topplerite to make a unique kind of tier list. We're going to make a community-driven tier list based on multiple categories. We'll then rate the champions based on those categories, which will be things like burst damage, sustain damage, CC, orb control, and clutch potential. So instead of a 10 Ton Hammer style tier list, which tells you nothing really of value, and let's be honest, they just make stuff up sometimes, we'll have a tier list that can actually help people decide what to learn. No champion is good at everything. But if you know which characteristics you like in a champion, you can use this to help you decide what to learn next. Let's say you want to learn a new melee champion and you like CC and mobility. You could see that Croak excels in both of those categories, and Shifu would also be a pretty good choice. The other great thing about this method is that a character's strengths and weaknesses don't drastically change between patches. Sure, the numbers might be tweaked, but champions like Jade will always have great burst potential and Pestilus will always have great CC. And a final benefit of this method is that a character's strengths remain consistent between 2s and 3s, so you can use this list to inform your decision for both. Some qualities are more or less valuable in each bracket. For example, clutch potential and self-sustain are super important in 2s, while in-cap and burst combos are a staple of 3v3 comps. Those are just examples, of course. The playstyle in both brackets is highly comp dependent. So here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll do a community survey to see what the general population thinks of each of the champions. Once we've got enough responses, we'll sort through the data, make some slight tweaks for edge cases, and create a preliminary tier list. Because we want this tier list to be viable all the way up to the top level of play, we'll then be showing it to the top players in each region for feedback. Once we've collected all that data and feedback, we'll create a final table that anyone can see, and we'll be putting it on Topplerite's website, and I'll be making a video about it too, of course. I know this all sounds like a lot to take in, but the end result should be a lot easier to digest. This could also be quite a good way of diagnosing issues with champions. Quite often a champion is OP because they excel in too many areas. I mean, think about Destiny, Paloma, and Thorn before they were all nerfed. All of them were very strong in most areas, and now their kits are a little more defined. They have clear weaknesses. So go check out the survey that I linked in the description and give us your honest feedback. We'll probably keep the survey open for around a week before moving into the next phase, so I'll keep you posted on our progress. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more Battlerite guides, news, and discussion. If you'd like to help support the channel and get some unique rewards, then head over to patreon.com/battleritesage. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/battleritesage. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.